Today is Sunday, August 26th, 2018, and Artie and I are on an adventure. We are out behind an old farmhouse. This is in the middle of the woods and a wonderful old fallen down stone fence. Artie is having a mud bath. And here's the other half of it. Old car parts. So I don't know if this is the back of the property line. I didn't see. We just came from back there, and you can tell, you know, this side totally was a pasture in the relatively recent era. This side, not so much. So back here, there's the stone wall and back. Past there, you can see that most of the pine trees have like a skinny upright appearance, but they haven't been like intentionally planted there. And so that tells me that they grew in a forest, and then it looks like they've done some cutting for wood and things like that since then. But you keep walking in here. I don't know. Might be a little bit till we see something. Oh no, this will work. See here, the fence is still round. It's a barbed wire fence. And then you look at the pine trees in here, and you look that some of the bigger ones have like a more open habit to them. So like they're looking more like they started growing out. Artie, you can't go. You went under the barbed wire. Come here, bud. They started growing when it was still a pasture, like maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I can see a good one. Oh, like this is a good example. So this one over here, see how like it has big branches that are wide and open, and then it's a bigger one, and then some of the other ones are skinny and they're younger. So those are the ones that came in after. So you know, people stopped haying the field. You got one big tree, and the forest is kind of retaking over the pasture land. So it's one of my favorite sort of little environments. Like, see, look, the I don't know if you can see the fence. You know, there's a fence post, and it's relatively standing. Not too bad. I mean, it wouldn't keep anything in. I don't see a fence on this side. So this maybe was like a hayfield or something, but it's where the forest is kind of taking over the fields again, and it looks like little meadows and things like that. I like that. Okay, here we are, just a few more steps closer to the road, and you can see more what I mean. Like, see how these pine trees are kind of short and wide, with lots of branches, and then there's a lot of, you know, alders and birch trees or whatever that pop up fast. So probably, you know, every year there's more overgrowth on the sides of the fields, and then you just mow just a little bit smaller and smaller every time until it shrinks. And I mean, clearly this field hasn't been mowed for years. But look at those big maple trees. The house is right behind, like kind of that way, but it's all overgrown with trees. Some like kind of feral-ish apple trees over here. And again, like the alders and birches and stuff that come up real fast. But you know, it makes me wonder, like, so those maple trees, how old are they? I mean, I feel like back in the day, oh hey Art, people would often plant elm trees originally, but you know, did they all die of Dutch elm disease and these are new, or did they just buck the whole trend and just go with maples from the get-go? I don't know. So this is the bread and butter. This is what we're talking about. We've got a fallen down farmhouse. We've got the L of the building is just about falling right off. Fallen down barn, but a pretty good looking little chicken barn. And I don't know if this is like the lawn or the beginning of the pasture or kind of an orchard. There's some intentionally planted apple trees in addition to the kind of fairly looking ones. It'd be really great to take a look at this, but I have Artie, so I'm not going to go inside today. But today is a reconnaissance sort of mission, so we'll look around on the outside. This is my second old well I found of the weekend, which is great. This one looks like there was like a well house or something over it that clearly has collapsed. But the other thing I want to show you is here's an inflation from a milking unit, which I think is cool because I like cows. Look at the cute little square nails. I like that. There's the barn. Now this side of the barn, the roof actually doesn't look that bad. It looks like someone put roofing on it. I have no idea why, seeing how the whole thing, you know, clearly didn't collapse overnight. You can't really tell from here, but it's pretty good. Newer than that roof anyway. Here's a pretty good view. You can see where this part of the barn has fallen down and the trees caught it, so clearly it was abandoned not because of the barn fall, but probably before that. And you can see the beautiful like Morrison Pennon joinery. I wish that you could build it like that nowadays. I'm reminiscing about the good old days where I wasn't even alive, but that's okay. And then look at this beautiful, so here's the inside of this tiny little barn. You can see all these little wooden stanchions, and there's like metal so that it's a smooth feed bunk area. But look at how short the stalls are. They only go to there. And then there's a little gutter, and then just a very small space to work behind them. So I don't know if it was jerseys or what, but they are not meant for modern day Holsteins, that's for sure. But anyway, that's all. I like the pipes and stuff up there. It's fun. Okay, bye. Today's Wednesday, November 7th, and it's a kind of a nice sunny day, kind of warm, and although the clouds are kind of threatening, it looks like a much happier space than it was, you know, last week when it was dreary. So I'm gonna go in. I have a special reconnaissance mission to collect something.